Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your April 2016 general readings. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week with an additional card as your overall theme and general feeling for the month, your crowning card. These are general readings, so I always like to preface by saying please keep in mind that they are general readings, and if they don't apply or resonate the same for everyone who watches, please do check your rising and your moon sign as well to get the most clear and definitive picture of the coming month as possible. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and subscribe to my channel. And please keep the comments and feedback coming. I love reading them so very much, both the ones that you post on my YouTube wall and the ones you send directly to my email. And thank you to those of you who continue to reach out for personal readings. Always an honor, always a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so very much for that. And for those of you who are interested in receiving a one-on-one reading with me, feel free to click on the About sign on my channel's homepage. That'll give you a little more information about what I do, what I offer, and my contact information, which is Maggie, the number 1, McGuire at gmail.com. I do readings full time, and I'm pretty diligent about working with your schedules to get you readings as quickly as possible. My current turnaround time is about 24 to 72 hours. So again, for those of you who are interested, please send me an email and I would be delighted to work with you. So let's get right into this reading. This is for Aries for April 2016. Aries, April 2016. The Ram, the babies of the zodiac, my restless, fiery Aries. What does the month of April hold for you? Aries, April 2016. Show me Aries. Aries, April and 2016. Aries, April 2016. Okay, we begin the month with the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Devil reversed, the Star card, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, followed by the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Cups, and as the card which represents the overall theme and general feeling of the reading for the month of April 2016, the card from the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. It is all about your physical, tangible world this month, Aries. Let's just take a look. Okay, let's begin. So we find ourselves at the beginning of April 2016, Aries, with the Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Devil in reverse. So the Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles is the element of earth, and Pentacles is a suit that's all about things in our earthly, tangible environment, things we can see and touch and feel. And most often this is a suit that represents things like money, finances, resources, property, job, assets, career, things like that, things we can see and touch and feel. And aces represent new beginnings, the seeds of something, the promise and potential of something beautiful, which can be built on over time. Seeds represent the beginning, building a foundation of something. Being seeds, of course, they still need to be planted and nurtured so that they can grow to their beautiful fruition. But a beautiful, beautiful card to have in the upright position. So Aries, it looks like you are beginning April 2016, perhaps at the end of March 2016, as that is when I'm recording these. Having started a new path on something in your physical, tangible world. For some of you, this is going to resonate as a new job, a new position within a currently existing job structure, a promotion perhaps. For some of you, this is going to resonate as the beginning of a new career. Some of you may have completed a course of study and you're you just got hired on so that you're at the place where you're putting everything that you have learned into practice in practical application. However it resonates for those of you watching, Aries, it looks like you are going into April 2016 starting something new in your physical, tangible world, job, career, a new entrepreneurial project, beginning your own business perhaps, and it looks really good. It looks like it has the potential to be quite prosperous and quite abundant for you in a very tangible sort of way. And it looks like it has the potential to be a really good solid foundation that can continue to be built on for quite some time. The Ace of Pentacles can also represent an actual tangible gift that somebody is giving you. But again, for those of you for whom that may resonate, I feel like it's a gift that actually is given to you to help in the building of this foundation. For some of you, this is going to resonate as receiving perhaps financial help from a mentor, a family member, or a loan of some kind to start a new business. Again, however it resonates, it looks like the beginning of April 2016 looks like the beginning of a beautiful, prosperous new path and one that has a very good foundation to be built on. And this is going to represent a balancing out of a part of your physical, tangible world, finances, resources, job that's been very unstable and imbalanced up until now, or you've gone through a very challenging period. That Ace of Pentacles is accompanied by the Devil reversed. So, in the upright position, this is a major arcana card. Fingers of the divine, as I like to call them, representing those divine energies coming down to help us, guide us, assist us, give us advice, or sometimes help remove things and people from our lives. So in the upright position, the devil represents imbalance. It represents the scales being completely skewed one way or the other. Too much attention and focus and obsession even put in one area to the exclusion of others. It can represent addictions, conventional addictions like drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, things of that nature. It can represent unhealthy relationships that perhaps have too much of an element of power and control or obsession with them, too much neediness. Um, but the bottom line definition of the devil card, Aries, is imbalance. There is something is a significant and profound imbalance. You got it in the reverse position with this Ace of Pentacles. So whatever this new, beautiful new beginning is that has such a potential solid foundation to be built on in the future, looks like this represents the evening out, the balancing out of what previously was out of balance. For some of you, this is going to resonate as being out of work. Maybe for those of you who have been out of work for quite some time, finances have been really tight. Perhaps you've been really struggling. Some of you, your budget's just been, dollar to dollar, living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. This is going to represent a loosening up, an evening out of the scales of balance. For some of you, you may have just decided to completely overhaul your budgeting system, your savings plan. For others of you, you're getting a new job. Perhaps you've received a promotion in a currently existing job, and it represents more money. So it represents just a balancing out of something which has been significantly out of balance up until now. For some of you, I feel that for a portion of you, and I think perhaps maybe a smaller portion of you, but I'm getting the message. This is going to represent some of you are starting a new business, a new entrepreneurial project of some kind, and you're actually receiving help. I feel like it's actual physical, tangible, a gift of money actually is what I'm feeling, what I'm getting. And this may be coming from a family member or a loan of some kind. Perhaps you've applied for a business loan to begin your own business, again, some kind of entrepreneurial project. And it represents just kind of a period of your life where you've been struggling to put things together. You've been sacrificing a great deal of your own personal finances and resources and time. Not only time for yourself, but I'm getting time with your family or loved ones somehow. But that at the beginning of April 2016, this gift, again, this new movement forward, this new path that you're beginning in your financial career, uh, tangible business world is representing the beginning of a new path that represents an evening out, a harmonious integration and balancing out of everything in your material and tangible world. It looks like it's just the beginning of the path, Aries, but it looks like it's going to pay off in the long run. It's going to be quite prosperous and quite financially abundant for you. And again, it represents a foundation that it carries a fair amount of stability, solidity, and a sense of continuity to it, and one that has the opportunity to build on in quite a successful way as time goes on. So that's wonderful. Now, in or around the second week of April 2016, we have the beautiful major arcana card of the Star, accompanied by the Eight of Pentacles. So the Star card is one of my favorite major arcana cards in the tarot deck. The Star card represents again a sense of it's a beautiful major echoing of the Devil card in reverse. This is a card of healing, restoration, faith, and hope. In fact, if there was one word I could attach to this card, it would be faith. It is the card of faith, of having hope and faith, of the wheel being on the upswing again after feeling like, you've been kind of at the bottom of the pit in a hole for some time. I see this card come up for people, particularly in personal readings, who have been through a long, hard, difficult slog of something and they're just beginning to come out of it. People who have been through a really traumatic or bad breakup, they've been through this long healing process and they're just finally coming out and realizing that there's still a lot of joy and blessings to enjoy in life. I've seen this card come out for people who have been through a long illness and they're finally beginning to recover. However, it resonates for you, Aries. This is a card that represents kind of coming out of the dark, and I feel kind of a long slog of being into the dark and into the light again, of kind of looking around, breathing the air, realizing the sun is shining, and that there's still hope, there's still blessings. This is a card of having hope and faith that everything that seems like it's been very challenging, painful, difficult, tight, restrictive for you is changing, and better times are coming. They are actually beginning now, and having a hope and faith in the promise and potential of that. It's a card about wholeness and integration too, and self-acceptance, and just again transition from troubled, turbulent times into more peaceful times, and hope and faith. You can see on the front of this card there is this beautiful woman kneeling down in the water. She's bare-breasted, which always to me implies, again, a sense of a lack of shame, a sense of self-acceptance and wholeness and integration with yourself, of trust in the divine, in the divine plan and divine timing of this path that you're on, and trusting this new beginning that you have that represents, again, a balancing out of what was previously out of whack and out of balance. Um, Having trust and faith that the path that you've begun is the one you're supposed to be on. There's a sense of divine timing and divine planning in that. And again, having faith in that. This woman is pouring her pitchers out, completely emptying them out in perfect confidence and perfect faith that her pitchers are going to be refilled again because the source is limitless. Wholeness, integration, again, a strong theme of restoration and healing from this. You've been through, I feel, areas like you've been through, particularly in your physical, tangible world, finances, job, career, again, perhaps sacrificing and saving for quite a long time to start a new business, a new entrepreneurial project. Somehow you've just come through this really long, difficult, challenging time, and you've begun a new path. It looks very promising. It looks like it's going to pay off financially for you as well in a very prosperous and abundant way. And this card is asking you to have hope and faith that you are on the right track, that everything is what it appears to be, and that things are on the upswing for you. To have faith in the hard work that you're going to be doing and the path that you're on, which looks like it's going to include a fair amount of hard work, but to trust that you're on the right path with that. The Star card is accompanied by the Eight of Pentacles, which I like to refer to as the worker bee card. Um, because this is a card that speaks of working hard, of putting a lot of yourself, your time, your resources into something, being very diligent and very patient, and working towards something that's actually, you're being very successful at it, and you're building up a slow, solid foundation for yourself, which again is what that Ace of Pentacles represents too. You can see that this man is sitting at his desk. He is hard at work, very diligent, very focused, very detail oriented on this pentacle he's working on, this eighth pentacle. You can see above him are these other seven pentacles. Each one he's worked on with the same level of diligence and perseverance and dedication. And one by one, he has worked on them, perfected them, and put them away. and he is hard at work on the eighth one. You can see by the lighting and the weather outside that the sun is setting. He has already lit his candles. Perhaps this path that you're on is going to require a fair amount of burning the candle at both ends. This man is still at his desk. Perhaps his coworkers have gone out for their after dinner cocktail or beer, but he is not. He is still at his desk, hard at work because he has a plan. He's executing that plan. He is slowly, steadily, and successfully building up a solid foundation for himself, which is he's proven to be successful and abundant already, and he is continuing. This is the Eight of Pentacles. He's on the path and he's working very hard. It's paying off for him. He's working on a foundation for something, regardless of whether the sun is going down or the sun is coming up, regardless of whether he's got any coworkers around him or not. He has a vision, he has a dream, and he is working on it. And he has been pretty successful so far, and he is going to continue to be even more successful because he is on that path. He's starting a new path, Aries. You are on that path. You are working hard and diligently, and that star card is asking you to have hope and faith that you are on that right path, and that all this hard work that you're doing and that's going to be asked of you in the weeks and months to come is going to pay off for you. So Aries, I feel like around the middle of the month, perhaps all of this hard work may kind of get to you a little bit because uh, not 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 really negative, but around the middle of the month you may find yourself questioning, oh my goodness, is this worth it? What have I gotten myself into? We have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, not a negative card. It's just a card of reflection and assessment. You can see from the picture on this card that it is harvest time. This woman has planted her seeds. She has nurtured this tree. It has grown to fruition. The fruit is ripe and ready to pick. There is a ladder leaning up next to the tree so she can climb up there in a basket with which to put the fruit in, as evidenced by these pentacles. Uh, but she hasn't begun to pick yet. She's kind of standing back and looking at what has grown and what's ready to be picked. And she's asking herself if it's what she expected it to be. And I've heard people kind of read this card two different ways, that it's not as much as she expected it to be, and others that it actually it has been quite abundant for her. And I actually feel, though, based on this reading and the surrounding cards, which is kind of really how you read a spread like this. It's not just about the exact singular definition of the card, but where it is in the spread and the surrounding cards. I feel like, Aries, that particularly with that star card in the Eight of Pentacles, that you're being asked to have faith on this new path that you're on, even though it looks like it's requiring a lot of steady, hard work and perseverance, and maybe a certain amount of sacrifice as well, although it represents, again, the moving away from a time period where you didn't even have the promise and potential of this new path and this new foundation. And that you reach a point maybe in the middle of the month where you might be a little bit tired and you might be asking yourself, is it worth it? Is this going to pay off? Is what I'm investing in this everything I'm going to get back and more? But I actually feel like the cards are indicating that it is. And that star card, particularly, and being a major arcana card, is a very strong piece of advice that the universe, God, spirit, your angels, guides, whatever your source of spirituality, your spiritual foundation is asking you to have faith that everything that you're investing in, all the hard work that this path is going to require of you, is actually going to pay off. This, I mean, it's not the two or three or four of Pentacles, it's the Seven of Pentacles, and it just follows that Eight of Pentacles. You're working hard, it is paying off for you. But I feel like in the middle of the month, you may have a very short-lived period of self-doubt. Is this really what I want? Is this really going to turn out the way that I want it to? And again, that's echoed because the Seven of Pentacles is accompanied by the High Priestess, the card of going within, of trusting again in that divine source, and again trusting in your own intuition that you're on the right path. The High Priestess is an incredibly spiritual individual. The energies of the High Priestess are all about going within, all about tapping into that intuition which we all possess. Going within, asking yourself how you really feel, trusting your gut instinct, trusting your intuition that you are on the right path. I feel like, Aries, you may get, what I feel is that for the majority of you, this new path that you're on that represents the potential, the foundation of something which looks like it's really going to pay off for you down the road and really be something you can rest on, something solid that's going to represent the end, I think, of some kind of material or financial imbalance in your life. It looks like it's going to require some hard work and dedication, maybe some long hours sometimes. You're being asked to have faith in that and to trust in your own intuition, even though I think just because you get tired, you may question that. You may question whether it's worth continuing in or worth the continued investment of hard work. But I really feel quite strongly, particularly with that star card and the high priestess, that the universe is asking you to trust in divine timing, trust in the divine plan, trust that this path that you've begun is the right one, to trust your own instinct and your own dreams for what you want. I feel like this is very dream driven for you, Aries, that a sense of having really worked hard for this and hoped for this. You know, I got a similar reading for Leo, although Leo's was more based on emotion relationships, and I feel like yours is more the tangible financial career, job kind of business world. But again, the message is the same, trusting in divine timing and the divine plan for you. You are on the right path. Don't doubt yourself. Trust in your instinct and trust in, again, divine timing. Now, at or towards the end of the month, we have the King of Pentacles, followed by the Nine of Cups. Now, this is a card, this is a combination of cards that points towards a lot of financial prosperity and abundance, and a sense of actually building up